illegal ham in the face. But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Fatty, and Big Bry.
What's going on, everybody? For right now, you're seeing this fat face. Brian will be here in a second. He's taking care of some things. Welcome on into Legal Ham to the Face here on Network 216. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you could, please go give us that like and subscribe right down at the bottom. All of our socials at Ham Illegal and at Network 216. Let me see if I have. Oh, look at that. I do have. Look at that. I got a little banner down there at the bottom. See, you just do it right there. But thank you for joining us. Bry is entering the studio. I'm going to let him get set up here in a little bit. For tonight's show, we are diving into another Browns loss. We are going to talk last meals for Fat Boy Tuesday. And then for our top three tonight, out of the NFL, we are going to build our offensive juggernaut. So we're going to pick one quarterback, one running back, one wide receiver, and one tight end in the NFL right now and build our ultimate offensive team. So let me bring him in. Bry, my friend, how you doing?
Oh, I'm not too bad. Sorry I'm late. I knocked a beer bottle off my table here and it shattered. So kind of sent me into a scramble to try to A, clean it up, and B, pick up all the shards of glass that went everywhere.
And obviously get another beer, right?
Well, yeah, absolutely. A can this time. So
that's smart move. Smart move. Got to go with the cans after that.
I got one bottle left, but I got some cans.
Yeah, smart move on that. James is in here. What is going on, James? Thank you for joining us tonight, bud. As you
What's up, James?
Do. All right, Bry. How was your week? We got a little flack on some of the shorts that I put out there. Some of them have been kind of funny, especially with you and I arguing about if the Browns are interesting or not, and some F-bombs and trash were thrown in there. We got called fat and stupid again. That was fun.
I think that's a weekly thing at this point. I think it doesn't matter who you are. If you're on social media somewhere, there's some moron that'll call you fat and stupid.
I was hoping for Cletus and Fetus again. That was kind of like one time.
Right.
I still think we need to get Browns jerseys made with Cletus and Fetus on the back of them.
Yeah, I'm all for slander if it's creative and funny. Absolutely, yeah, that one will stick with you.
No, we had some feedback about our conversation last week about how the Browns looked and everything else, and a lot of people chimed in and said that Tennessee Titans are an NFL team, which I agree they are an NFL team, but we did not look as great against them. But hey, Bry, this week we looked even worse, and I didn't think it could happen, but Justin comes in, new show name. Time to get fat with Cletus and Fetus. Here we go.
I think so. It's got a nice ring to it.
How was your week, bud? Everything go well this week? I know you guys got peppered with a little snow down there over the week.
Yeah. It's been a challenging week, I guess. Nothing terrible or anything, but just some small things going on, and but we're good. Yeah, everyone's healthy. Everyone's good. So happy.
That's awesome. That is awesome. We got, Brian, we did Christmas concert last night.
Oh, with the boys.
Brian, I love the boys' school, and I love my kids. But for us to be there 3 hours before our boys even take the stage is fucking ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. When was this, you said?
Last night.
Oh, on a weeknight? Are you kidding me?
We had to be there at 5, Bri. 5 o'clock. Show doesn't start till 6. Our boys didn't take the stage until after 8.
Golly. Yeah. Maybe I'll try to steer Madison away from choir then, I guess.
Well, and the thing was, like, because they're in the middle school band, and then the question I had with my wife, I'm like, does everybody from the school have to go here? She goes, no, it's just the band and the choir. I'm like, what the hell did we do wrong? Like, really, we want to let our kids play an instrument? Like, come on. Oh my God.
I have a quick story about you talking about Christmas concerts got me thinking about my junior year. We had a Christmas concert choir. Same thing. It lasts like 2-3 hours, and we were only on stage. Our particular group was on stage for maybe 3 songs, and then the next group goes. So we got to stay there the entire time, and it was on a Sunday. I think we had like Sunday and Monday concerts. So it was on a Sunday. And so in December, the Browns game was going on. This was early 2000s. Actually, we probably might be able to figure out the exact year because I think it's the anniversary, maybe 25 years. Anyways, it was Bottlegate. And
Oh, shit.
me and my one buddy who there was like a group of us who were in choir our sophomore year, including like my brother and some of his friends and some of my friends. Everyone else kind of dropped out, and it was just me and my one buddy, Devin. And Devin's the guy who I shout out, Devin Grella, who unfortunately lost his life in the line of duty. And so it was me and Devin, and we were both big Browns fans. And so we snuck out of the choir concert because my house was only like 5 minutes away. So we go home and we make it home for the end of the Browns game when they just start throwing bottles onto the field. And we're like, oh my goodness, this is history. It was just pandemonium. It was chaos if you can go back and watch all the videos and everything. But yeah, that's kind of where my mind goes to when we talk Christmas concerts that we snuck out. I think we went to my house, watched the end of the Browns game. Then we went to McDonald's to grab something to eat, and then we made it back. I don't know how we got it because like, they treat it like it's a prison. They have teachers, they have chaperones, they have everybody making sure that the kids can't sneak out. Somehow we snuck out and found a way back in too. But yeah, good times.
Raul's in here said 10-cent beer night was epic.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. That was another staple in the Cleveland fandom. But I think Bottlegate just celebrated maybe 25 years or something like that. It might have been
so.
2000, 2001. I can't remember exactly the year.
God, I remember that so bad. And that's when, boys, we were not allowed to have glass in the stadium anymore. We had to go to plastic.
I remember that. Yep. Although I wonder if they don't have glass back yet. They just have cans, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, now they do. Now they're just tall boys, aren't they?
I believe so. It's nice. I mean, you just go through the line and grab your beer, and then here's my $15 and head back to my seat.
All right, Jeffrey, I see your comment in here. We will get it once we start talking Browns here in a little bit. Brad, do you have any shout outs this week, brother?
Well, I just was on the phone before we came on here with your buddy of mine, Jose.
Oh, boy.
He wanted me. Yeah, so I'm sure you got the Go Bears text or voice chat that he does.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to give him a call and see what he's up to. He's moved back to Chicago now, so he's living in Chicago.
All right.
But yeah, has a lot to celebrate with the Bears. So he wanted me to say hi for you and ask you about them Bears.
Yeah, I bet he did. So he moved back with his sister then. Good for him.
Yep. Sounds happy there. So yeah, it was nice to hear from him.
Good. That's awesome for him. God, Jose and the Bears.
Finally got a good team.
Yeah, I know.
Record-wise, anyways.
I know. The only shout out I got this week, Bri, is I went to a fun place on Sunday. Met up with one of the guys from Network 216. We did a little pregame show there on Sunday at the 3 spot there in North Royalton. And
okay.
It was off of Ridge and 82.
Ridge 82. Okay. Yeah, I know the area. What's it called? 3 spot?
Yeah, the 3 spot.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, bro. Yeah, there's a nice bar. Had great food. They had game day specials. They had a $5 double cheeseburger. They had tots and stuff. And the double cheeseburger was like, it wasn't a McDouble. It was better than a McDouble, but it was like a legit double cheeseburger. It wasn't like one of their big ones. But,
sure.
But I had their hot garlic wings, which were phenomenal. They had some buffalo chicken dip that we got into and stuff like that. But tell you what, if you want to find a spot to go check out, go have a nice drink, nice bar, TVs everywhere. Awesome time. Go check out the 3 spot there in North Royalton, right on Ridge and Pearl. Good time. Let's see here. Justin, I guess being 2-time coach of the year outweighs having 2 winning seasons. Here we go. Mom made it in tonight, Bryce. She remembered. Mama made it in. So hi, Mom.
Awesome.
Thank you for joining. And I feel like I'm froze up here, but I'm still going to keep talking. No,
I got you,
Justin. It is not the G spot. It is the 3 spot. It's not G Love and special sauce. All right, it's not. All right.
I'll drink that. Uh-oh, now you froze up.
All right. All right, Brian. All right, Brian, you still there?
Okay. I had
Okay.
you for a second. I got you now.
All right, everything froze up on my side, so I apologize.
That's what
everybody.
I thought. I wasn't sure. There's this awkward moment of me probably just staring at everyone watching. So
Hey, it was
all right,
awkward
I
over
think you're
here.
back.
It was awkward over here because I definitely was talking to myself for about a good 5 minutes. It felt like.
Oh, and I bet it was so good too.
Oh,
Best
it was.
content we've had.
It was the best content
Enemy
ever.
stuff.
You know, and like we finally found our number 1 quarterback, and we don't need to draft anybody next year. It was great content, Brian. I mean, I got into the nits and the grits of it. Let's just put it that way. Let's see here. Who else is in the comments now that I've screwed up everything else? Which obviously my computer's just having a blast tonight. So Chris is in here tonight. Mom's in here.
Chris?
Cold fat does freeze. I know that, Justin, because I found that out today as I went outside. So, all right. Trivia brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. Brian, it is your turn for trivia. Let me play our sounder, and then we will let you take off with it. All right, Brian, it is your turn. Here we go. City Dogs Cleveland, please go adopt a dog. And if you're going to adopt a dog this Christmas for your family, go get a City Dog from City Dogs Cleveland. And if you cannot adopt, this is the time of year to volunteer, donate. I believe that myself, I have raised over $150 so far for City Dogs Cleveland. Money going straight to them. So if you can, please help them out, donate, do whatever you can to help out a City Dog from City Dogs Cleveland. There he is. Cato's in here. Just wanted to say hi.
Oh, yeah. I told him, jump on in.
Go Bears. Bears. Good to see you in here, Jose. All right, Brian, what do we got for trivia tonight, bud?
So I got trivia, Browns trivia going back to the year 2000. I was going to say 99, but I cannot confirm that it was 99, so we're just going 2000. Who has the most receiving yards for your Cleveland Browns since 2000?
Since 2000?
Mm-hmm.
Unless I get the feeling it's a tight end.
I'm not saying anything. No hints.
No hints. All right. That's a great one. All right, Brian. I don't even something. The Cavs suck as bad as the
I know
the Browns do right now, and
Do
I
that.
don't even want to get into it. But man, it's not good over there in Cavs land, which they play again tomorrow, I believe. So we'll talk about them here soon. But we got too much Browns content. Raul, I am pretty sure, I am almost 100% sure it is not Kenny Britt. He's got the most miles put on a bike.
Nice.
That was, I mean,
Nice
just that was a good one. I love a Kenny Britt, Dwayne Bowe reference. Gotta love those.
That's what I should have asked you. What number was Kenny Britt? I got an idea.
I know what his phone number was because he gave it to everybody on game day when he wasn't there.
Is that a true story?
I don't know. It sounded good to me.
You just made it up out of thin air?
Right out of thin air. That's what we do on social media now. That's what we do on social media now.
Yeah, zero sources.
That's right. All right, Brian, let's get into Cleveland headlines so that Chris can enjoy the bass pumping. Okay, I don't know what is going on with my computer tonight, but it is not happy whatever it is. Bry, bud, 31-3. Lost to the Chicago Bears. I don't know what else to say anymore, Bry, as if there's anything to say. The amount of injuries that were on the injured list coming out in that game was ridiculous. We had one offensive starter on our offensive line, and that was Joe Bitonio. Njoku was out. Oh, my God, there's a list of people out. Special teams. Hey, guess what, Bryce? Special teams fucked up again, like they do every week. Right, I don't even know. It's seriously, it is Groundhog's Day. With this team, and when you start to get good and you think that things are going great, then life comes and kicks you right back in the face with the Cleveland Browns. Brian, what did you think of the game on Sunday? Like I said, I sat there and watched it in person, and most of the time I was just laughing at the debacle that was everything the Cleveland Browns.
Well, I would, without just being recency bias, I would say that this was our worst game of the year, and it was kind of strange for me. I'll get into my Sunday experience, but just the fact of those elements going into -10-degree wind chill, and you have one team that wants to be there, one team that's playing for something, and you have one team that is not. And so when those two things collide, one team's just going to give a lot more effort than the other. One team's going to be a lot more prepared. One team's going to want to be there because it's vital to their future of their season. The other team's 3-10 and eliminated from playing for anything that matters. And, who knows where their minds are at. And one thing that maybe we didn't, and I underestimated a little bit as well, is just we keep hearing how much these rookies mean to this team and what a vital part they play to this team. Well, every other year of their football life, their season's over by game number 13, 14, whatever we're on. So 15?
Game number 4.
What's game number 4?
When the season ends for the Cleveland Browns. It's game number 4.
No. I'm just saying physically, the physical toll on their bodies. When you play in college, you play 12, 13, 14 games. So your body's not used to the toll that it's been taking, and playing in meaningful games, playing in conditions like that. So they mean so much to this team because we just don't have a ton of talent. So these rookies, their bodies are spent. They've never done this before in their life. So so maybe we should have factored that into it a little bit more. And yeah, it's just I don't have much to say for this game because I had it on in my house. I didn't watch it super intently. We had my wife's family over making Christmas cookies. I was installing with my brother-in-law, installing a ceiling fan. So I sat down and watched at the beginning, and then the Miller Lights started going down a little bit easier. I was, well, the Browns are down 14-0. Okay, well, I'll check back in on them, and kept checking back in, and there was just nothing there. And They didn't give me a reason to get excited. They didn't give me a reason to cheer or to stick around and watch. So to bring you behind the curtain a little bit, this last week has been a painful one for me. I had a root canal done at the end of last week. I had a sty. I don't know if you could tell last week I had a sty in my eye that kind of turned into like the size of a marble, and I ended up like popping it on Saturday night. So root canal, sty. I would rather go through those than have to sit down and watch that Browns game. And start the list now. I'll get the jokes going with what you would rather do than watch the Browns play football now. Because
we might do that next week. That might be Fat Boy Tuesday next week.
Well,
for our Christmas.
I'm gonna head off all the jokes now and say I'd rather take marriage advice from Sharon Moore than have to watch the Browns play football. So break that ice. We'll break that ice. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, it's a terrible experience right now, and I think we can still get excited about Shedeur Sanders, but
I don't think we can right now.
But you just don't know where the buy-in is from the team. When you're 3-10, 3-11, you're playing in 20-degree weather. You're gonna be playing teams over the next few games that have something to play for until we play the Bengals, and so this might be what it is. I don't expect it to be that bad, but I had a friend who said, "Hey, I got an extra ticket for the Bills game this week," and I'm like, "I got family stuff going on. I don't want to waste my entire day like going down there to watch what could be a terrible, awful product." As big a Browns fan as I am, but like these games just don't mean anything.
Yeah, it was taken for me because I actually did watch the game, unfortunately, Bri.
Yeah.
It was not pleasant. It just from the very jump, the opening kickoff, I sat there, Bri, I looked at everybody at the bar on the opening kickoff. I said, I bet you he returns this for a touchdown. And everybody looked at me and were like, oh, shut up. Then he breaks loose and passes the 50 with it. And they're like, holy shit. I'm like, yeah, they suck. And then the special teams blunder. And then the very first drive, the false start, 12 men on the field, the stupid wristband thing. Like, how can it get any worse than what it's getting now? And even, Justice said, what was the wristband thing? And the wristband thing, supposedly they came out and the wristband got switched out. I don't know. We're in wristband gate now of what's going on.
Terrible explanation.
Jeffrey comes in. I told you I'd get back to you. Said we need a veteran quarterback. Still needs a lot of work. Yeah, he does. He even brought up the looking at his first read. I mean, he targeted Fanning Jr. 15 or 16 times. Like, it was just no other way.
Is that right?
Oh, dude, it was unreal. He had like 7 catches. Let me bring it up. He got targeted like 14 times.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
that's crazy.
And it was all checkdowns. So that was
sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Harold Fanning had 7 catches for 48 yards and was targeted 14 times.
Wow.
14. The next closest person to him was Isaiah Bond and Jerry Jeudy with 4 targets.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it was, Brian, it wasn't good. It wasn't pretty. Shedeur did not look great at all. He started seeing ghosts there at the end. I'm not saying that he couldn't move the offense when he needed to, but Brian, it's just so hard to watch. And especially, like Justice said, 20 degrees is perfect running weather. This defense was giving up 140 yards rushing the past 5 games. You know how many yards Quinshawn Junkins had this game?
No.
Let me tell you. Quinshawn Junkins, 21 yards, 12 rushes.
12 rushes for 21 yards. That was one of my takes. I don't know why he doesn't get more heat. Like, you won't hear anybody saying, is it just because he's a Buckeye? Is that why people are afraid to criticize him? Because we were talking about this guy like he could be the next Nick Chubb. And he comes in and is he even averaging 4 yards a carry? This was a high second round pick. Like, what did Nick Chubb do in his rookie year? He was a stud. and he was on a terrible team. He joined an 0-16 team. So
but an 0-16 team that had an offensive line. These guys are guys like me and you out there playing left and right tackle.
You're making excuses for him.
Oh, well, that's what everybody's making for Shedeur Sanders.
Well, that's fine, but I'm just saying, like there's plenty of.
I'm not saying he doesn't have to do better, but how is he supposed to get 100 yards when he's getting hit 5 yards in the backfield?
Well, I'm sure that's an exaggeration, but you see good running backs on terrible teams all the time.
Why don't you go back and take a look at the tape, bud? Because there's about a good 12 of those rushes. He got hit like 2 yards in the backfield. He didn't even get a chance to run forward.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just I was expecting more from him, and as somebody who played him in fantasy, he doesn't give you much, and you think, these rookie running backs, you have to make hay while they're cheap before you have to start paying them. So, they always say it's the easiest position to make the transition from college to NFL. See hole, hit hole. I understand hole's not there, whatever, but I've seen Breece Hall make magic with a worse offensive line than we have. I saw Tony Pollard last week run all over us.
That was the other one. A lot of people love my take about Tony Pollard getting 160 yards rushing on us.
Well, the defense got gashed again this week, but at least this was like a credible rushing attack. We knew that they were going to be good.
Yeah, let's see here. DeAndre Swift, 98 yards, averaged 5.5 yards a carry. Caleb Williams, 250 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Denzel Ward was out this game. Let's see here. Luther Burden, 6 catches, 84 yards. DJ Moore, 4 catches. Their even star wide receiver wasn't even starting, and we still couldn't do anything.
It was embarrassing. I'm sure some of it had to do with, I'm not going to say guys quit or, anything like that, but the conditions, you either want it or you don't. If you don't want it, you're just going to go out there, you're going to go through the motions. Denzel Ward being out, that was a big loss. Maybe we are underestimating the Malik Collins injury, because ever since he went down, our rush defense is one of the worst in the league.
Yeah.
So I don't think one guy would make that big of a difference, but how else do you explain it? Like, he was having a great year. One of probably the best in his career. And, that's a loss. Unfortunately, guys like Mike Hall and, some of the other defensive tackles that we have drafted just haven't stepped up like you need them to. And, I don't know. Maybe that's going to be a position of need again in the draft. Yeah. Mason Graham, he's getting banged up. Yeah, I don't know if he'll play this week. I'm sure he'll be questionable again. So, you need 2 of them. And Malik Collins was playing his ass off. So I think that hurt us more than we realized at the time. Yeah,
and then here's Chris Junkins. Averages 3.6 a carry, 3.3 yards
terrible.
After carry.
3.6 a carry.
Hey,
terrible.
You know who else did shit like that? Trent Richardson did shit like that, Bri.
Yeah. He was a major disappointment.
God, Raul, I love you. I love you and Justin in the chats. He asked it if Shedeur had the fastest backwards 40 in the combine. I'm pretty sure he did. They all just keep coming in. Everybody's just, let's see here. KT Livingston, I think he's actually getting better at playing right tackle. I don't know how. Danny Shelton's up to 500 pounds. Hey, we know a guy that dwarfs Danny Shelton, so have fun with that one.
Bring him in, sure. You can plug up a hole.
He'll plug up something. You might have to take a chainsaw and some other. Oh, we're talking about Danny Shelton. Okay, I thought we were talking about.
He's 500 pounds. Yeah, he's a boss.
Brian, okay, I got to ask you, let's have an honest conversation about this. Where do we go from here? Because everybody is up in arms. The Fire Stefanskis are coming out. They're asking about his job. I still think that Bubba Ventrone should have just been let go. I don't know how long ago. And people's like, well, it's continuity of the team. Other coaches are getting fired everywhere. It doesn't matter to them. Like, we're a 3-10 football team right now. Like, I give a shit about continuity. Continuity went out the window about 4 weeks ago. Like, I don't understand. why it even matters right now of trying to keep a team together, because obviously what I saw on Sunday was Kevin Stefanski lost this team. This team is done. It is finally just, filled it in. He could not even bring them back. I mean, do you believe that Stefanski is gone at the end of this year?
I'm not 100% convinced of it. I think the reason they're keeping him around, not firing him right now, is because they're going to give him a chance to fight for his job. And it's very possible Stefanski goes in the meeting, and he says, "Listen, I think we just all need a change of scenery, and we'll go our separate ways. If you want to call it firing, whatever." But I can go somewhere else and get a fresh start. And he might go that way. Maybe he fights for this job. Maybe he says he really wants to be in Cleveland. He wants to help turn it around. He has a great plan for getting us back in this offseason. And maybe Jimmy Haslam buys into it. I don't know. But yeah, the fact that they don't fire him now at least leaves that door cracked just a little bit to where he could come back. And we all agree. Nobody's really saying that Bubba Ventrone needs to come back next year. But the fact you keep him around, to me, is just like you need a scapegoat. Will Bubba Ventrone end up being the scapegoat this offseason? Like, well, if we didn't have these 2 returns against the Jets, we win that game. If special teams didn't let us down here, we win that game. And so, you can start pointing the finger that way. But it all points to the fact that they're just really not trying to win right now. It's not at the top of their list. We're going to tell you that because that's what professional football teams do. Nobody's going to ever admit to tanking. I'm not saying they are tanking. I'm just saying there's things they could do this week to help them win on Sunday, and they're not doing it because they're just going to push it off till the end of the year and address it at that point. Because, yeah, okay, Bubba Ventrone, he's doing his job. I can do my job and look good at my job, but he's going to end up blowing the game, and we're going to lose the game in the end because of him. So I'm doing what I have to do, and I'll just let him blow the game, which is seemingly what they're doing at this point.
All right, so oh my God, the comments are going nuts right now. Chris said 90% of Junkins' yards are after contact. Justice said, give him a chance to fight for his job. What the hell has he been doing since he's been here? Giving Haslam a reach around. There's other things about Shador. I'm kind of done with this whole regime to begin with. I sit there and I think about it, and I got asked actually by one of, somebody that we both know. Somebody asked me and said, hey, does one good draft make up for horrible drafts in the past? And Brian, I had to bring it up because yes, this draft class is looking good. Schlesinger looks like a player. Fanning Jr. looks like a player. We're still kind of, both you and I are kind of indifferent on Quinshon Junkins, but I want to go back because Andrew Berry took over this team in 2020, Bri, and I'm looking at all the players that he's drafted. Bri, it's either the players are not on the team or not in the NFL right now. And it's like, the 1 year 2020, Grant Delpit was the only player that's on the team now. He had Jed Wills, Jordan Elliott, Jacob Phillips, Harrison Bryant. All right, and that was also Nick Harris and DPJ. We go up to the next one, Greg Newsome, who's not on the team anymore.
Mercy. I don't need you to go through all of Andrew Berry's terrible drafts because
I'm just saying
it's worse than my root canal, to be honest.
I'm just saying though, but does Andrew Berry save his job with one good draft?
Well, I told you last week after the show, like everyone wants to talk about how great this draft class is, and I agree, it's very good. By far, his best draft class, by far. But you start looking at the moves individually, and like, were they really unbelievable moves? Like, to me, trading from 2 to 5 and getting a first-round pick, that just goes to show you how stupid the Jacksonville Jaguars were. So yeah, I guess you give him credit, but you also need somebody to accept that deal. So you give Andrew credit for the Jaguars being idiots, and then taking Mason Graham. Between him and Will Campbell, those were like the two safest draft picks in the class, and so they've both been pretty good. Neither one has been terrible. Mason Graham has had some great moments, but I wouldn't say he's like transcendent defensive tackle. And so drafting him when you have the 5th pick, again, that's a pretty easy pick to me. That's a pretty safe pick. I guess I give him credit for Schlesinger because he was great, but if you really go back and look at the draft class, there were 2 outstanding inside linebackers, and the Eagles took one at the end of the 1st round, and so Schlesinger was the next inside linebacker that was left. And after that, it just completely dropped off. That's why we took him so high. That's why we took him before Judkins, was because we couldn't afford to let this guy fall. And then if we don't get him with our second round pick, then he's gone, and we have to go to much less talented inside linebackers. So we take him because the other guy was gone. Had he had a choice at taking, and I think either one of them been pretty good. I think the other guy went to Alabama, who ended up getting drafted by the Eagles. But so you can give him credit for that. Fanning Jr., there were a lot of people that thought this guy's kind of like a can't miss. He's a very safe tight end. And so to get him, he should have never dropped that far because he was a very talented player. I think just because maybe his size and the fact that he played in the MAC, but a lot of people were comparing him to Antonio Gates and what he can do. And then Dylan Sampson was the SEC Offensive Player of the Year, and you got him in the 4th round. So that seems like a pretty easy pick. Judkins, again, probably a pretty easy pick, knowing that you weren't bringing back Nick Chubb. And so he was the highest rated running back, or one of the highest rated running backs. And you could even ding him if you really wanted to, saying he should have taken Travion Henderson, which is what a lot of Buckeye fans thought. And, Henderson's kind of the flavor of the week because he had a really good game. Like, these guys kind of go back and forth to where Henderson's better one week and then Judkins is better the other week. And so they kind of go back and forth. But if you want to nitpick, you could have said, well, he should have taken Henderson. And then, then it comes back to the quarterbacks, and it comes back to what a terrible, terrible, terrible pick Dylan Gabriel was in the 3rd round. Like, as great of a draft as it was, that's a completely wasted pick. And if Shedeur Sanders doesn't stick around with Cleveland, I don't know what the future lies for him. He's taken us on the roller coaster ride of all roller coaster rides, to where we're thinking he's a franchise quarterback one week and then he can't score a touchdown the next week. And so I think there's still a lot to be figured out from this draft class. But yeah, I mean, as you just started reading his previous draft classes, they're terrible. Everyone wants to blame Deshaun Watson for missing out on this 1st round pick, that 1st round pick, this 1st round. You still had 2nd round picks. You still had 3rd round picks, and he did absolutely nothing with them. So,
well, no, he did stuff with them.
Fine.
No, he did.
JOK was a good one.
No, I'm talking about like bringing in people like Jerry Jeudy, and let's get into that fucking mess that we got there.
That was a 5th round pick.
It's still, hey, bud, you gave up a pick and you extended a guy that can't even fight for a ball in the end zone. I'm not saying that play wasn't. I mean, the Bears defensive player, that was one of the best defensive plays that I've seen. Just ripping it out from him. But Bri, if that was, let's just say I watched it last night. If that was DK Metcalf getting that ball hitting the stomach, you think he's fucking letting that ball go? No. It's frustrating watching our lack of talent on offense and just everybody expecting. And I even hate to say it because, I'm not saying I am a Shedeur fan or a Shedeur hater, even though you claimed me as a Shedeur hater last week.
You have said you were ecstatic when he fails. So I'll classify that as being a Shedeur hater.
I kind of am.
I don't know what else you would classify that as.
But with that being said, what wide receivers is he throwing to? Like, seriously,
the argument.
Cedric Tillman, no show. Isaiah Bond, 2 deep balls to Isaiah Bond, then a floater that should have been intercepted. And then 14 targets to Harold Fanning Jr. What kind of game plan is that against the Bears defense? Like, I don't. I'm pissed off because we're supposed to have offensive minds here taking care, and we can't even get a game plan to score one damn touchdown against the Chicago Bears. Just one touchdown, Bri. That's all. One. And we can't even do it. We have supposedly we have the hottest offensive coordinator right now that's going to get a job in college or somewhere else in the NFL. Obviously, if Stefanski is fired, he's getting a job right away. And it's like, what are we not seeing out of this? Like, are we just blind to it? Do we have the horse blinders on? And it's like, oh, he is a good coach? Because I haven't seen it, Bri. I've seen mismanagement. I've seen stupid penalties. I've seen stuff that a head coach should be taking care of. And guess what? Tough, smart, and accountable. You haven't held anybody fucking accountable here in 6 years. Am I wrong?
I agree. No, of course. Well, Wyatt Teller, people seem to think he's been accountable.
Like, just crazy. Crazy, Bri. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know the plan going forward, okay, because we don't have one going forward. Because as of right now, we're still in a limbo if we have a quarterback or not. And then we're sitting here going, okay, well, do we have an offensive line? Well, who's coming back on offensive line? Oh, Wyatt Teller's not playing. He's got a calf injury. Yeah. Conklin hasn't played in the 6 years that he's been here. Glad we got him. Left tackle is just a shell of themselves. Center's been hurt. Wide receivers can't catch the ball, especially when it hits them in the hands, because I just found out now through the wonderful thing of Google that Jerry Jeudy has the most dropped passes in the NFL right now.
Oh, yeah. That's no surprise. I think he might have been up there last year, too.
Oh, my God.
Well, for every thing you're asking about Shedeur Sanders, I would say whatever excuses you give Quinshon Judkins, you need to copy and paste those.
Oh, I know.
For Shedeur Sanders.
I'll give
no offensive line. That's not going to help your quarterback.
I'll give Shedeur all next year. Like, I seriously will. I'll give him time. But the thing is right now, people need to realize that this Browns team is not just a quarterback away, Bri. It is multiple pieces away. Everybody says, oh, yeah, we're right there. We're a competitive team. The fuck you are. I just watched Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers last night go 8-6, and everybody's wanting to fire Mike Tomlin for being a winning coach and winning every year. Yeah, I would hate to have that every year, Bri. That would just really piss me off, winning every year.
Your offense is at a crossroads. You need almost a complete overhaul. Like right now, and I don't want to really do this with several games left, but I feel confident in saying, as much of a hard time as I've give Judkins, he's probably your starting running back next year, primarily because of the draft capital that you've spent on him. You're not just going to give up on him. You want to see him behind a better offensive line. You want to see him with hopefully a better quarterback or better quarterback play. And then Fannin looks to be a guy that'll stick around, whether Njoku's here or not next year. Fannon's a guy that you can count on. Outside of that, it's a bunch of question marks. I don't know. Yeah, is Jeudy back? Maybe out of desperation, you have to bring Jeudy back because of his contract situation.
I was going to say,
because you have nobody else.
No, and his contract's got you handcuffed. Not as bad as Deshaun's, but his contract's almost the same. You got Isaiah Bond coming back. Would you bring Tillman back?
Right.
I mean, if you look across this offense like Jamari Thrash, what has he done?
No, he got cut.
Well, no, he's back now, Bri. He got cut.
Oh, they brought him back. He got cut and brought him back to the practice squad?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so he's back now.
Oh,
like Mo Hurst was back. I'm glad Big Mo was
I heard
back.
that. He made some plays for us. Right.
But like you said, you look at this offense, there's like maybe 4 people you want back on this offense, and that's it.
Right. It's sad. I don't.
Raul said,
But that
Raul said, sign Josh Gordon. He'll light it up.
could he on it? I can't honestly look at Raul and tell him that Josh
Nope.
Gordon would be worse.
Nope.
I can't with a
can't.
straight face say that.
Hey, I mean,
But
Phillip Rivers.
He's probably what, 32 maybe?
I think
Yeah,
so.
look at Phillip Rivers. There you
Phillip
go.
Rivers came back. So, I mean, hey, what's Jerry Rice doing? You think he'll get out of the commentator's booth, maybe come back?
I mean, I'm sure he could run a drag route and you just BB it right into his chest. He'll catch it.
God damn, Brian. This is where we're at. This is what we're talking about right now. Oh, it's so sad.
3 games left.
Right.
Maybe
Well,
4.
obviously,
I don't even know.
Yeah, there's 4 games left. So we have the
4
Bills,
games left. Bills, Steelers,
Bengals?
Bengals. Who else?
No, I think it's just 3 games left.
Okay. That makes sense. We're getting late and it's almost Christmas, for crying out loud.
Do we have an update on Luke Floria?
Who the heck is Luke Floria?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I've heard the name. Is he assistant coach somewhere?
Hold on, we'll find out.
Is that who the Browns are rumored to be interested in? It wouldn't surprise me if it's some no-name dude.
Oh, he's a wide receiver.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
From the
he's a
preseason.
yeah,
Local kid, right?
yes. He is the kid from went to Miller
Kent.
High School. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Bring him in. Why not? Sure.
I mean, it's anybody that wants to catch the ball.
Well, what do you think about Miles? Before we kind of put a bow on last week's game.
All right. I mean, Miles
really
good. He's really good. He got a sack and a half. I do think that he needs to break the record in these next 2 games in 16 weeks, not the 17th or 18th week. He has to break a record in these next 2 games. But
Did
the thing
TJ
is,
Watt do it in 17? Do you know?
I don't know, but I don't want that asterisk. I don't want that asterisk by it. But the thing that pisses me off about it, Bri, is he's all out for himself now. He's not out for the team.
Right.
He is just trying to get sacks. He is just whatever assignment that he has. He's just trying to sack the quarterback, and he needs 1 to tie and 1.5 to take it. So, I mean, Brian, could he do it against Josh Allen? Yeah. But I don't know if he'll do it against Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers is kind of a little bit smarter than most people. And then you got Joe Burrow the last game. So you got 3 quarterbacks that are coming up that are, not your average quarterbacks, Brian. I hope he can get it. Tackle for loss record is close. I don't know where he's at now, but yeah. Steve, thank you for tuning in. He said this is too sad to watch. He had to leave. I understand. I mean, you can stick around. We're getting ready to do Fat Boy Tuesday here in just a second, Steve.
We'll warm your belly.
Warm something. We're doing death row meals coming up.
That's right.
But Brian, I think he gets it. I mean, what do you think? I mean, after this season, I feel like it's kind of a lost thing. Like, yeah, it's awesome. We got a legendary player on a shitty team again. It's called Joe Thomas 2.0.
Yeah, I think at this point, from what I've seen the last couple games, like that's kind of what's fueling his engine to go out there and give it his best effort. And it's going to be tough because nobody wants to be the person to take the sack that sets the record, unless your name is Brett Favre. Then you do it with a smile.
Oh.
But that's not meant as a shot at Brett Favre. I think he's great, but I think that's what he's playing for. I think as maybe detriment to his abilities on the field to playing the run. Not to say he's just giving up and just trying to get sacks, but there's times definitely it's got to be in his head where doing that, getting a sack is maybe more important than his assignment, because again, you're 3-11. What does it really matter? So I think this is a good week for him, because I think Josh Allen is a quarterback where he doesn't care about getting sacked or giving up the record to somebody. He has enough merit in his own play to where he's not like thinking about, oh, I better not take a sack from Myles Garrett. I don't want to be that guy. No, he has bigger fish to fry. He's fighting for a division. He's fighting for a playoff spot. He's just trying to make plays at all costs. And so I don't think that's going to be in the back of his head at all. If he gets sacked, whatever, he's still trying to make a play. He's not just concerned about, like Aaron Rodgers probably is thinking about that because he has a giant ego. So he would rather throw it away and risk a intentional grounding than take a sack from Myles Garrett. And so I think this hopefully is a good week for that. Now, Josh Allen is hard to bring down. So Myles Garrett might get a good, clean shot on him. And Allen just kind of squirms out of it. So it won't be easy. But, yeah, it's at this point, it kind of almost feels like that's all you have left to play for. What else? Shador, we still want to see Shador, even after one game of him not playing great. Most true Browns fans want to see him continue to grow, and you just want to put good football on tape because hopefully, I don't even know if I want to say hopefully, but if it happens to where we get rid of our coach, we have somebody else that comes in who is watching the tape and can see what the players are capable of and can make a decision on their future with this franchise, not just Kevin Stefanski, going through his Rolodex and thinking about the last 6 years of him being with the team. Like, there's still something to play for here for a lot of these younger guys, a lot of these guys that are fighting to stay with this franchise. So, I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him to play well and just give us a good evaluation for the next coach that comes in here.
All right. So, Bri, Bills game. Are we both going to go, Bills 45, Browns -6?
I think the Browns were embarrassed. I think especially the defense last couple games have been embarrassed. Still don't know much about Denzel Ward. Having him play would be a huge help. Like I said, Mason Graham was a little banged up, so I don't know exactly his health. So at this point, it just depends on health and effort. And I'm thinking the Browns bounce back and have a decent effort, but I'll still say, 23 for the Bills, and we'll give the Browns no sense of kicking field goals at this time of year. 14, 2 scores for the Browns.
All right. Bills by 50 billion, Raul says. Bri, if I'm going to give my honest opinion here, I'm going to go probably Bills 35 and Browns 13. I know what you're saying. I do have to say the one glimmer of hope that we do have is Bri, our kicker Schmitty. We had questions about him, and he's been kicking good. So, my God, this has been a year, Bri. Seriously, this has been just a year to talk about the Browns. Let's see here. Jeffrey chimes in 25-17. Josh Allen is good for one stinker game. Might be a bad one against us.
Okay. So he's picking the Browns to win.
That sounds like it. So I got to jump on his
Good for
side.
you. I'll drink to that.
All right. Well, I'm going to drink to that too. Brian, we got to get into our Illegal Handle the Face Fantasy Football Update. Brought to you by Harold Keel and Lake Erie APA. The belt is coming to somebody, Bri. Can it be a back-to-back year for Big Bri?
Might stay.
Let's go. Here we go. Portage County Prostitutes had a bye last week. Always next year beat Golden Showers on Mayflowers 153-44, 153-83. Runner got a bye. And Team Big Bri 211-103 over Hill Keel. Oh my God. Oh, you had St. Brown go off. That St. Brown, Goddard, Schultz. Jesus, you had a good score. All right, we are here in the semifinals, Bri. 4 teams are left. Here they are. The Portage County Prostitutes will be taking on Always next year and Joe Bear. And a classic matchup, and I hope he's still watching. 3-time runner-up of the Illegal Ham to the Face Fantasy Football League. Runner up against Big Bry. See who goes into the finals. Here we go. All right, Bry, look at you, buddy.
I'm a little afraid I wasted my huge week. 2-11 is a monster week, so
yeah, you might have.
Hopefully I get some other guys stepping up. But I went against St. Brown, Nakua, and Trey McBride in another league, and the dude just put up like an all-time week. Like those three guys got 100 points by themselves, and then he had other guys like his running backs got 20 each, and just I mean, I had a great week too there, and I only ended up losing by 23. But yeah, he was sometimes it just sucks. That's what sucks about fantasy football, to where you have a great week, but somebody else just explodes, and your season's over.
Yeah, I know. Just like my season, even though I'm still winning right now. Waddle that
There
Smith and Jigbo won 133-103 against Bills Mafia this week.
Okay.
So I'm still hanging in there, Bri. I'm 5-9
for next year.
I'm coming back. Coming back, Bri. All right, bud. You ready to talk some food and do some death row last meals, bud? Let's do it.
And now, it's time for Fat Boy Tuesday.
All right, Brian, it is time for Fat Boy Tuesday, and we don't do this that often because obviously next week is going to be our Christmas week, where we're going to be talking Christmas food and cookies and all sorts of fat stuff that you do over the holidays. But Brian, I wanted to know your last meal. We're going to go through some classic last meals. We have, let's see here, Louis I don't even know what that one is, high treason, pan-fried chicken, some pastries, boiled beef, and turnips. Pass. I do know that John Wayne Gacy had KFC, a pound of strawberries, and something else. Let's see here. United States. Here we go. There we go. Electrocution. John Lewis Evans, a shrimp dinner. Oh, another one. A beefy 5-layer burrito, a chicken chalupa supreme, a Mountain Dew, and everything from Taco Bell. Let's see here. 2 fried eggs over medium, slices of bacon, sliced tomatoes, fried green tomatoes, potato or pineapple slices, and banana bread. God, there's some crazy ones in here. Let's see here. Another one. Grilled cheese sandwich and a turkey bologna with French fries. Hamburger steak, a baked potato, and French fries. Miller. Oh, there's somebody that had 2 during his previous failed execution. A meatloaf, chuck wagon, American cheese, French fries, applesauce, mashed potatoes, macaroni, apples, and an orange drink. Let's see here. Somebody had fish and chips. Oh, let's see here. Chicken quesadillas. Oh, there's another one. Chicken patty, chicken leg quarter, spinach, sweet potatoes, French fries, and cooked apples. I know there's been some like crazy ones where I think Timothy McVeigh just wanted like chocolate chip mint ice cream. He wanted like a pint of it. A lot of people had cookies, all that stuff. Brian, what would you, if it's your last meal ever, what would you eat for your last meal?
Man, and there's no restrictions, huh?
No restrictions, bud. It's whatever you want for your last meal.
Like, I feel like I would want to go out on my own terms. So I'd try to give myself a heart attack, basically, and just eat the most unhealthy stuff you could think of. Like,
oh God, yeah.
Cheeseburger and fries, pizza, wings, ice cream, pastries, mac and cheese. I wonder if you're allowed to have alcohol. Do you think? Probably not.
I think so, because I believe somebody had like a Miller Lite, somebody had like a wine in there. So I'm sure. I mean, why not? It's your last meal. You can have whatever you want.
Start it off with a little bourbon. Kind of make it as enjoyable as possible, and just kind of not saying that you have to eat all that stuff, but you can graze a little bit. Maybe get a
Have one
meatball
bite of
sub.
each.
Yeah, sure. It's my last meal. Why
Yeah.
am I limiting myself?
No, I understand that. I'm not saying that you had to, but I mean, it's just, I'm kind of like you. I would graze over a lot of things. Just take one bite of this, one bite of that. Like I know one that I would have to have on mine, and I know you're probably going to think this is weird as shit. I would have to have a fried bologna sandwich on there for one of mine, just as I grew up as a kid.
A little nostalgia as
A
you're
little
about to die.
nostalgia. Hey, also, SpaghettiOs. One bite of SpaghettiOs.
Oh, no thanks. It tastes like as metallic as the spoon that you used to
I'm all
eat
right
it.
with that, Bri. I'm all right with that.
Oh, no thank you.
Let's see here. Chris said, give me a meat sampler of ribeye, baby back ribs, brisket, smoked ham, fried chicken, pepperoni pizza, slices of bacon. Side items would be loaded baked potato, creamy mac and cheese, and some summer watermelon.
I can see slap a bib on me and watch my arteries close up is what I'd tell him to do.
Oh yeah. Chris, I love you on that one. A QP cheeseburger would be nice too.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've heard. Pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, Brian, if you had to pick one dessert, like your go-to dessert that you would have, and you only get it once. There's no more.
Yeah.
You can't graze. You got to pick one dessert.
It would probably be ice cream because I feel like you're just going to be so full after that giant meal, and ice cream. I swear you can eat ice cream when you're stuffed to the gills.
Oh yeah.
Like my
It
other
just
favorite,
fills in.
my other favorite sweets are like cookies or pastries, especially with pastries. You eat a bear claw or something like that, and grab them two at a time and lodge them. You're getting pretty full based on all the dough and everything like that. So yeah, like I had a friend's dad who used to say ice cream just kind of melts and fills in all the cracks in your stomach to where all the food is sitting, so it really doesn't fill you up anymore.
That's fucking great. I love that. Brian, for me, even though I love my mom makes a chocolate cake with peanut butter icing, and I love it. I do love it. But there's one that always brings me back, and I think if it's the last dessert that I would have to eat, it would be pineapple upside down cake.
Huh.
It like I said, it's a nostalgia thing. My grandmother used to make it for me for my birthdays, and she would make it special occasions and stuff. And I just thinking about it right now, like I can't remember the last time I had a pineapple upside down cake. And I would just one time just love to have one before I die.
There you go. Give you some incentive to maybe get it this holiday season.
Now, Bri, we're going to get really fun with it. If you had to pick one cookie, what cookie would you pick?
I would say a peanut butter cookie with M&Ms, peanut butter M&Ms, or Reese's Pieces, and chocolate chips.
I would have to go with the double stuff Oreo.
Ugh, no, thank you. I mean, not that they're gross or anything like that.
Jesus, Bri.
God. I don't think there's anything special about a double stuffed Oreo. If I'm making my own cookie, I can make my own cookie out of anything.
Yeah.
You're going double stuffed Oreo?
Yeah. Okay, I get it. Now I know you're a simple man. I know you just like a plain pepperoni pizza, cheeseburger. I get it. Okay, if you had to pick just one entree, would it be a pizza? Would it be a burger? I mean, I'll go first, Brian. I would pick a steak. I would pick a ribeye. Like Chris said, I would pick a steak. I honestly, what Chris has is close to what I would like, with the exception of probably the brisket. But I just think like a ribeye and a baked potato, just like Because you don't get it that often. I mean, what would you pick? Would you pick a burger? Would you pick pizza?
Boy, honestly, it would depend on my mood. I don't really have a one that I would say, oh yeah, this is my for sure go to. So it would depend on my mood. As you're talking, I'm just thinking maybe like a buffalo chicken sandwich or something like that. That way I can kind of get some chicken, kind of some wing type, and kind of a sandwich too. So a little best of both worlds, I guess.
All right, last one. And we're going to keep alcohol out of this because you and I would go for alcohol for the last drink.
Oh, for sure. If it's your last meal.
If it was anything else besides alcohol, what would be your last drink that you would want?
Gosh. I've told you like 98% of the things I drink in this life is beer, coffee, and water. So like I'm a very, very simple man in that aspect. I can't have beer. I probably don't want a coffee because I don't want to be staying up. I'd just let me pass out after that giant meal. So, geez, I don't even know. Maybe Diet Pepsi or something, I guess.
Okay. I would go chocolate milk.
Okay.
Either chocolate milk or like a chocolate shake.
Oh wow! You bring milkshakes into it, then I don't even need.
It's a drink. I was gonna say it's a drink, right?
Sure. I'll go strawberry milkshake. That's probably my favorite.
All right, Brian. Let's do our trivia before we do our top 3 tonight. All right. So you brought me a trivia since 2000, leading receiver for your Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Is it somebody I know?
Oh, of course. You've been watching Browns football for the last 25 years.
Is it recent? Can you give me that? Is it recent?
No, I can't give you that. It's within the last 25 years.
God, it's going to be a weird one. I'm going to go with Amari Cooper.
Not a weird one, no. But it's not Amari Cooper. No, I don't think he was here long enough. That's what you have to think about. You have to think of longevity here.
Yeah, but the thing is
just a flash in the pan.
Was it a tight end?
Yeah, I'll give you a tight end since you gave me your first guess.
All right, so it is a tight end. Mm-hmm. It's not Njoku, is it?
Is that your second guess?
Yeah.
It's Njoku. Yeah, David Njoku.
Really? I was going to go with the past few years of Gary Barnidge.
They've had some decent ones. Yeah. And to me, I wouldn't think of Njoku, but you think he's been here he was drafted the same year as Miles. So what was that, 2017? So he's been here 8 years.
And he was like 16 years old when we drafted him.
Yeah. He's been, from what I can remember, relatively healthy. So you figure he just puts up 400 or 500 yards a season. He's had some years closer to 1,000, but just that build up. But yeah, he's definitely not the first guy you think of.
Raul, so much for it being Dwayne Bowe. I'm sorry.
Dwayne Bowe. That'll be next week. What number was Dwayne Bowe? What number was Kenny Britt?
Was it Travis Benjamin? Wasn't he one too?
Travis Benjamin? No, he was.
Oh my god!
I don't want to say he was terrible, but he was a one-trick pony. He just you remember the games with Johnny Manziel.
Run fast and run straight down the field.
He was the smallest football player I think I've ever seen. He was tiny.
No,
he looked like his helmet was as big as his shoulder pads.
Well, you got to throw in Dylan Gabriel in there, and also
I'd say he's smaller than Dylan Gabriel. No, Hawk was the man. Toledo.
All right, let's do our top 3. Let's build our offense, buddy. It's not that often that we get breaking news at the end of the night, Bri.
Oh, okay.
But
No,
we do
this
have
isn't like BS breaking news. Like,
nope,
oh, my cat took a piss. Is it?
nope. This is
Okay.
per Adam Schefter. Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love announced that he is declaring for the NFL
Okay,
draft.
that's not breaking news. That's common sense.
Ah,
He's the best
so
running back in the class.
how many? Oh, that's what we
He'll
should
be
do.
he'll be a top 10 pick.
Over under on how many miles Dwayne Bowe put on that exercise bike.
Oh,
Oh,
can't even imagine. I can't remember what number Dwayne Bowe was, but I'm pretty sure Kenny Britt was 18.
I don't even
Maybe
know if he had a
fact
number.
check that.
Did he even
Dwayne
have a
Bowe.
number?
Oh, I'm sure he did. I mean,
We
he was
did.
decent in KC.
Yeah, I'm glad he was decent in KC. He just was here for.
82, maybe 82. Dwayne Bowe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's all right. We don't care about Dwayne Bowe.
I'll look it up.
All right, Bryce. So we're here. We're building an offense out of the entire NFL, and you can pick whatever you want and whoever you want. We need a quarterback, a wide receiver, a running back, and a tight end. All right.
Oh,
Would you
tight
like?
end too. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. So first off, I'm going to kill off the tight end right now.
Mm-hmm.
For me, Bry, right now, and I like his trajectory. I'm going to go Kyle Pitts.
Prisoner of the moment. Kyle Pitts.
I am.
Sucks.
That's fine. I'll be prisoner of the moment. All right. Running back. Bry, I haven't seen anybody like Bijan Robinson. He's just, God, he's a different animal. I love him. Wide receiver, Bry. Oh, there's so many, and they're so good. I got, as of right now, give me St. Brown. Ron St. Brown. He just seems like he catches everything. And Bry, for my quarterback, and, everybody's going to be like, oh, Pat Mahomes. Right now, my quarterback, I think if he had a decent roster, I think it'd be more. Bry, I got to go with Josh Allen. I just like the size, the speed. I think if he had a true, number one wide receiver there in Buffalo and an offensive line, I think he could do great. I know everybody's gonna be like, oh, it's Pat Mahomes hate and blah 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 blah. It's not. I just, for my team, I would like Josh Allen. What about you?
You're talking about Josh Allen like he's JJ McCarthy. The dude's won a MVP and he goes far in the playoffs every single year. So
people hate on Josh Allen all the time because he can't beat Pat Mahomes.
No, I'm with you. I'll go Josh Allen too, just because in this climate, in this division, he's a beast. He doesn't seem to get hurt. Knock on wood for Buffalo Bills fans. Yeah, Mahomes is magic, man. And again, I think a lot of my answers are going to be probably a little recency bias. But yeah, Josh Allen just does whatever you want. I'm with you. So I'm with you with Allen. I'm with you with Robinson. He's won me over because I haven't really believed in his talent up until this season, but he seems to be like the lone running back standing because Saquon's lost a step. Jonathan Taylor, he was great at the beginning of the year, but he's kind of drifting off, and McCaffrey's getting older. So yeah, Bijan's the next guy coming up. He kind of do it all running back. And then wide receiver, yeah, you could also consider this a prisoner of the moment, but Puka Nacua.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know how he just, and I think it. I don't know. I don't know if he's truly the best wide receiver, but Matthew Stafford just picks his number one guy and he just peppers that guy with targets. Like,
well, when you have a number one guy, like he's had Megatron,
well. The crazy thing is, I think Nacua is on pace to maybe pass because Calvin Johnson has the receiving yards record in the NFL, and I think he's on pace to pass him, or if not, get very, very close. So Calvin Johnson's one right now. Cooper Kupp is 2 with his performance a couple years ago, and Nakua would be the top 3.
Jesus.
All 3 of those guys had Matthew Stafford as a quarterback.
You think he's going to win?
Wild to think.
Is he winning the MVP this year, Brian?
I think it'll be like the Heisman. We didn't talk about Heisman because Ohio State guy didn't win it, but yeah, it's going to be the last guy standing. Is he really necessarily worthy of it? Probably not. But but you have to give it to somebody.
I mean, would you want to give it to 5'1" Pavia, who's causing a fuss? And
Johnny
Manziel 3.0.
No, they were calling him Wani Manziel. I thought that was hilarious. I got a chuckle out of that. Yeah. That's great. Gosh. Anybody who declares that they want Pavia in the draft, get far away from my football team. I'd say the same thing for like John Mateer too. Okay, so back to Puka as wide receiver, and then my tight end. Even though he's aging, I just feel like he does it all, and that's George Kittle. He blocks. He's still a great receiving threat. I think guys like Bowers and even maybe to a lesser degree this McBride, they're great receiving tight ends, but I think Kittle just does it all.
I think I might be prisoner of a moment, Bri, but there's just got to be something there that, like, when Kyle Pitts was coming out, he was just like, he was that guy. They were like, oh, this is the guy. And it just hasn't like done it for him. And I kind of want to see if you can get him in. Like, they've actually focused him this year, which was awesome to see him actually being focused this year. But I kind of want to see it just to make sure that he's not, because for the size, the speed, everything else, he's like, as they always say, one of those unicorns. And he's an
athletic freak. That's why he was drafted 4th overall in the draft. He was taking one spot ahead of Jamar Chase that year, I think. And so, he can do it. He just, up to this point in his NFL career, he has not lived up to the hype.
All right, Brian. Well, we're here at the end of the show. I wanted to thank everybody for chiming in. Raul, Justin, Chris, Jesus, Mom was in here. We had, oh my God, who else?
Jesus was in here.
I didn't tell me. Jeffrey was in here. So thank you all for chiming in. Give us that like and subscribe on our socials at Hamblegal. Bri, Christmas is coming up next week. We will be doing our Christmas special on Tuesday night. So join us then as we will be talking, obviously, Browns and Bills, and then talking some Christmas stuff after that and getting everybody set up for the Christmas season. So join us next week at 7:15 p.m. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bri, God bless them.
God bless you. God bless America.
We want to thank our troops and first responders. Thank God there's a warm-up coming and the snow machine has stopped for a little bit. So everybody be safe out there. And we will catch you guys next week and have a great night. We are definitely uncorked, unloading. We're out. See ya.